I usually wear it the other way around, the other hand. My shoes are very old, 7 years old. See, they're Japanese, good brand. They've survived for this long. It's good. These bikes are very good. That's carbon fibre. I think this one's titanium. Very high quality bikes. I've got to send that wheel back in one of those boxes. Because I bought this wheel and it had no silver edge. See, this one has a silver edge for the brakes. I bought one and it didn't have that. I've got to get a refund on that. I've got no grip on at the moment. So my plan is to take this mechanism out and cut this up. So I'm trying to switch to thumb throttle because people seem to say they prefer the thumb throttle on the previous HD motor. So isn't quite the right. I have to find one that's slightly bigger. Probably this one. So behind me they're basically putting an extension on that guy's house over there. So here I'm concerned that the bolt's thread is not hitting the nylon area of the thing. That can make it unscrew easily, but I think it'll be fine for now. I can probably find another bolt if it does fall out. So I'm going to try and, now I've got to tighten this up. I've got to decide where I want this brake to be, probably around there somewhere. Just don't need too much space on the bars because this can't come across anymore. Yeah, it's going to be like that. Been thinking about swapping it over for a while, swapping it for a thumb drive, a thumb throttle, but well, I mean, it's effort, isn't it? I had to solder it. It's not bad, but if you hold in your arm like that, and then you get a bump, it can sort of jar your wrist a bit. My wrist isn't feeling too great at the moment. Like along there, this feels like a repetitive sprain injury or something. Because I've gotten pretty good at controlling this, and I will sort of be able to hold it in a certain position very precisely. I've been riding this bike a lot and it's probably not done my wrist any good. I should probably put this back in its case. I had to bring this with me when I had bolts on. I've always been fascinated by mechanisms. I used to make a lot of like things out of Lego when I was like this sort of mechanism. Looking at things like this, you know. I hate those fucking sirens. It's just multiple times a day. It seems much worse than it ever was. Never used to bother me, but like a few years ago, but now You can hear how loud it is. It pisses me off. Anyway, and the brakes on this thing are not amazing because they're just these little V brakes. Yeah, I've been having the experience of using these for a few months. They're different to the ones on the professional bikes. I'd say the modulation isn't as good. The quality isn't quite as good, the modulation isn't as good, but the stopping power is higher. So, yeah, they're alright. Once you get used to them, I mean, swapping them over, bit of a pain. Getting them aligned so they don't rub can be difficult as well. They just wear away quite quickly, and you have to keep undoing this, pulling the cable through, tighten it up again. My cables are in very bad condition, especially my shifter. My shifter is like, the end of the cable is just past where the clamp point is, but I had no money, so I didn't bother replacing. I have money now because I got don't know what it's called, personal independence payment. I'd call this personal independence, being able to leave the house, you know. It's kind of what it's for, right? Right, I need to hop this on to help my wrist. See, the thing is, right, I figure with this thumb throttle style, I'll be able to keep my wrists straight. This is something Moto Machine UK said to me, is if you keep your wrists straight, you're going to be better off. See, I could put these brakes down a little bit as well. That might help. But I'm happy with, I like where they are, because they're attached to the shifter. So if I change the angle of the brake, it's going to change the angle of the shifter as well. Bit of a weird design where they're both, normally they'd be separate, you see. Alright, I needed to test to see if my motor actually is going to work. So we need to lift it up, turn the power on. Shit. It's not working. Did I connect it? Or the wiring is wrong. What I did was black to black, red to red, and I think it was green to blue. The wiring I did didn't work there, can you believe that? I did red to red, black to black, and then the other two colours were anyway, it didn't work. Okay, hopefully this one will work. Yeah, need to get some more cutting discs from like Dremel 4000. This is a wood cutting disc. They basically uses like consumable cutting discs. I'm not gonna get the angle grinder out for that tiny thing, you know, it could, because I can't really clamp that in a vice or workbench, so I need to use the handheld Dremel tool instead. I hope that works. I'm going to lift it up just for safety reasons. Yeah. Good. So yes, that's why my wiring didn't work before. I don't know. Let's go. Perhaps some stuff around here to give me more grip, because this is metal, it's very slippy. Even just a bit of tape. Give me some more grip, because right now I don't have any spare grips I can put on. The one we took off, it's a pain in the ass. It's good, but it's very hard to get on and off. You get what I mean? You can sort of pedal this bike, and it's not too heavy. That's the thing. With my mountain bike, it's a bit too heavy to pedal. A little bit. Do you get what I mean? Even I can pedal this bike in like gear 1 or 2. Just checking the bike's nothing wrong with it, you know. Oh, that feels really kicky. You see how much that kicked? I don't know if you can see it. That really got a kick to it. That's not going to be good because I haven't got a very good grip on the handlebars and shit. It feels much more kicky than the thumb throttle did, maybe because it's weird. I mean, the twist throttle, I could sort of control the kick to it, but on this, yeah, it's going to be. Maybe it differs between the type of thumb throttle you use. So, yeah, it sort of it kicks so hard that your back sort of bends basically. That's a bit loose, that back brake. Yeah, the front one is tighter. I might want to maybe tighten that back brake up to compensate for my difficulty, for the fact that I've got to shift my hand across. Yeah, dead girl. I think it's the same teenage girls that have lived there for 5 years. I wonder if they were serving up, but yeah. that's the grip that come off of it. But I prefer to use this type of grip. They wear down quite quickly though, as you can kind of see outside one smooth. This one hasn't really worn at all. See? I'll give it good points for that. Right. Let's try and think if there's anything else I might be missing or forgot to do, or because I forget things easily. It's just not there anymore. The button isn't where I usually put it. I'm just so... Yeah, people say they prefer the thumb throttle, but it seems like it kicks a lot. As I said, it might depend on what thumb throttle you use. Is it coming? I thought I heard a car coming. Yeah. See, the problem with the thumb throttle is every time you sort of bounce or sort of what's the word? Yeah, every time you get like a bounce through the, like, every time your hand moves slightly, it's moving the thumb throttle slightly, right? And basically it changes the power level by quite a degree, and so you can, like, even though I'm trying to keep my thumb still right now, it's still bouncing. I just then bounced, again bounced. Now whether that makes a difference, enough of a difference to the resistance or of the potentiometer, it's to make a difference in acceleration is gonna vary. But this, yeah, this could be a problem on trails and stuff. Oh, we've got so many. What? You see that? What the fuck? Never seen a car do that before. Hang on, kids coming back from school? It's not 4 o'clock yet. Now here I've got to be real careful because the power of this thing, I'm not used to thumb throttling. I did have on the old version of this bike, I had the drop bars with the thumb throttle, so it's not like I had never used it, but I think the other issue here is my thumb is too far away. My thumb's too far away from it, so I'm having to sort of reach across. And when I have it like this, I haven't got much grip, so it's a bit awkward. They're going home for lunch. Watch this. Right. Barely any power. I move my thumb slightly. Shit tons of power. It's weird. I keep trying to. Well, first time I've done it, but I tried to twist the right foot on that. I knew I would do that at some point, just try and twist the normal one. Come on, you can go. There's no cars. These girls are like NPCs. they like have to press the button, you know, even when there's no cars. You sort of attract more attention when you're using the helmet cam, the head cam. There's a lot of people outside today. It's very busy. I don't know if you can tell. I wondered if it would be weird to use the left-handed accelerator, but it's alright actually. I feel like I'm getting used to it really quickly. Oh shit, bike just cut out. Great time to cut out. I should have just pedalled across. Yeah, these Bafang designers or programmers are not very, they're not the best. They've basically programmed this so when the speed sensor isn't connected, it randomly just cuts out for no reason. That's from what I can tell, that's what they've done. I get why people prefer the flappy thumb throttle though, flappy paddle, because with this motor, the control you get over it is shit anyway. And unlike the hub drive, you're constantly having to cut power and then go to full power because you're switching gears. Do you get what I mean? But as I said, it does feel very it felt very jolty when I was setting off. Watch this, right? I'm pressing it, it's doing nothing. It's doing nothing, right? Look, watch. Look, does nothing. Look. What is this? It's doing nothing. And then it kicks all of a sudden. What a piece of shit. This is completely different to the hub drives with the twist throttle, because with them, like with my mountain bike, I only just have to twist the thing slightly and it's off, you know, it's going, and it's giving you a lot of torque, but it's not kicking you in the back. It's not like throwing you off of a horse, you know. It's not like a horse bucking, which is what this feels like. The carrot is carrying something. I can also activate the motor just by turning my legs, which can be very helpful in situations where you want to keep your hands on the brakes. There's too many cars for. Can you see how many cars are just rushing past me? I can't hear my own thoughts. I can't hear the music that I'm listening to. That sort of chaos. Obviously it wasn't always like this around here. Nope, it's not the Eastern European girl that I saw a few weeks ago. I'm keeping an eye out for her. She was sort of exploring the area on a just push bike, you know, normal bike. What is quite nice with this thumb throttle is you're free to, it's easier to change gears because your hand isn't twisted. you know, when I'm doing this, yeah, and then I'm trying to change gears, it's a bit, you got more going on there. With this, it's kind of simpler. I like that actually. But yeah, people have said they prefer this, and I kind of get what they mean, because I had it before on my drop bars, because I could only use this on the drop bars. Might cost 5-10 quid. Don't put that in front of me. What was the other thing? Oh yeah, grips. There's a bit of metal sticking out the ground there, so I think it's been eroded or what. It's been exposed by erosion, perhaps. I like the torque this motor gives you. It's pretty good, especially when you're near like above 55 volts. Really good torque. But the problem is, unlike the hub, with the hub drive, you just continue accelerating. Whereas with this, obviously the acceleration stops as soon as you hit like the speed limit for that gear. You've got to shift up, so your acceleration. What's he parked there for? Did he even drive down here? No, that's not possible. Did someone drive all the way down here? You lazy fucker. Maybe it's a farmer or a local, but we don't want cars driving down here. Well, you're not supposed to be able to get through anyway, because it's gated off, you see. I wish there were more gravel tracks like this through the countryside. I would ride them a lot. Much, they're better than roads, because you don't have to worry about cars. Yeah, don't tend to get, you don't get too many people down here. There's a footpath that runs sort of parallel to this along the river down there. You can also go down, but it's not as easy to get on. So for my next bike, I'm not making it yet, because I need to work on these ones first. I need to, sort out the issues with that big bike first, and then I want to do some more riding on that one. Oh, it's getting slippy here, look. I need to start getting slippy, I need to be careful. I never noticed that before. I'm not pushing. Watch. Pushing it. I'm pushing it. It's not moving. Watch, I'm pushing it all the way. Pushing it real far. It's not even moving. What the fuck? Oh wait, it's turned itself off, that's why. Okay, I'll push it. Ooh, watch how jumpy it is. crazy. The breaker. Watch how, you see how jumpy that is though? It's lifting the front up and it's spinning the tyre out. That's what I mean by it was kicking, you know. I'm just pushing it gently. I'm not going full throttle, you know. It's very different to a hub drive in that respect. With a hub drive, you'd have to just slam the throttle to get it to do that. Oh, I'd like to go that way actually. I think I'll go that way. You can imagine this motor would be quite fun with a mountain bike because it because you have less danger when you're with that kind of power, like torque. Yeah, you have less danger because your bike can handle the terrain, you know. Whereas this thing, if you make a mistake, you're going to be off. Or into a tree or something. With a bike with bigger tyres, better suspension and strong, powerful brakes, you've got less of an issue. Even if, you know, you don't have perfect control over the throttle, which right now I feel like I don't, you know. I'm not able to apply the amount of power that I want. Whereas with the twist I was, but as I said, it's my wrist is kind of tired of doing it. This is so bumpy because of the horses. We got a great view from there. So a few weeks ago I just came up into that field and just sat there to look at things. Look at the sunset sky in the evening. Actually quite a few deer, I saw quite a few deer actually in the fields. You don't expect to see them. They're quite small, but they really are here, you know. I don't know if they're everywhere, but they really are in this area. I feel like I'm getting less power when I just turn the pedals. Going much more slowly and controlled. It's actually helpful. It's a useful thing to be able to do. That's why sometimes I will just pedal for that reason, so I can keep a good grip on the bike. Really shaking, jolting the bike beneath me right now. Oh, it's cut out. Great. know where I can go. Yeah, maybe. Or maybe it'll be too rough for this little bike. We'll try it though, we'll give it a try. This is more like mountain bike territory though. Let's check my video is still working. Did the aluminium frames crack? Because I was talking to this guy called High Voltage, he's an expert, and he says there can, you know, there are advantages to using steel framed bike, especially if you want a really high power bike. If you want to do something quite unusual, that steel frame is going to give you peace of mind about the integrity of the bike. I've been alright with this one. Obviously I don't go that fast off-road though. Yeah, if you want a hardtail that can go fast off-road and take the bumps with bigger tyres, then perhaps a steel frame would be good, but I like the low weight that this bike has. I think it helps me to get that range that I'm able to get. I was able to get 110 miles of range with both batteries on it. Obviously right now I've only got the one battery on. It should still have a range of like 60 plus miles. Oh, this is hairy. It's had a bit of a weird feeling in my chest, sorry. Maybe it's panic, adrenaline, too much adrenaline. I want to change song. I'm not really sure what this bike was designed for, whether it was actually designed for doing this shit. It's really sending some strong jolts through my hands. Ooh. My balance on the bike and my steering is not quite good, as good as usual when I'm holding it like this. I've got a bit of a camber, quite a lot of camber to this hill here. I'm just holding on for dear life onto that brake. Yeah. Oh bloody hell. Accidental engagement of the throttle there. Whiskey throttle. I'm going to have trouble getting up this. I might have to shift into first gear. Let's try it. Oh, come on. It didn't shift, that's why it's like. Should be in first now. Yeah, imagine this on a mountain bike, you'd be quite pleased with it. This is one of the problems I have though with this bike right now that I haven't fixed is oh, I don't want to fall down there. I don't want to fall down that hole. I'd be fine on my mountain bike. Oh bloody hell. It's really rough. It's really rough. The fucking field. Oh, it really jolted me. The whole body. Jesus. This is not easy. Oh, see the whole bike just lifted up, man. That's how much power it has. Don't want to break my chain. Shit. It's a new chain as well. Shit, where am I? Where am I? Time for some more. A chainsaw and have some more. Better play that. That was fun. Oh, that is not good. I'm really close to the edge here. I don't know if I'm actually going the right way. I might not be. Have I rid here before or not? I don't know. I'm sure I have. I might be going the wrong way. I'm gonna have to pedal. Felt like my back wheel just slid then. Oh. Oh, this is pretty. I don't know where I'm going, but it's nice. This is slippy here. Houses there. I don't think this is the right way. It is a way. Almost lost the front wheel then. This is what I said, this bike is not going to cut it in the autumn. I need to fix up my other one. Yeah, it feels quite cool with that front throttle on the left. Where am I? I don't know where I am. I think this is a normal road I ride down. Yeah, it must be. Yeah, we go. Ah, phew. It's, that wasn't where I was planning to come out. I was planning to come out over there somewhere, at the playing fields. Back on the road. Oh yeah, this is what this bike is good at. On the road, smooth road. I'm gonna check all my shit isn't clogged up with straw. That's another way you can come out. That feels better to be back on the road. Look at this, right, watch this. I'm not applying any power. I'm still not applying any power. I'll duck down so I can get more air. Still not applying any power. I'll pedal a little bit. Traps. The electric is turned off, it's on 0. Gonna need it again here though. Oh, I hate going under power lines, to be honest. I really don't like it, especially when they're really low. Sometimes I get a shock off of them, off of that bolt there, which is weird. Big pile of rocks, don't know what they're doing now. I'd love to live in somewhere like this. When I was younger, it didn't appeal to me. You know, I enjoyed my town, but for whatever reason, nowadays it's like I feel like I want to be in a village or something, or maybe not even a village, but like completely acres of land between my house and any road or public place. Basically, so they can't install like anything annoying near next to my house, like a 5G tower or something. Do you get what I mean? Lovely. Alright, so I've used about 2 volts. I've got 55 volts left. That's 80% of my battery. I'm trying to think where I was trying to get to. Oh yeah, I was thinking of going up to Twyford today and have a look around that area, but it's kind of I've gone the wrong way, you know, kind of. Listen to that chain. Sounds more like Sauron or something. The previous chain was completely silent. I like this spot. You have a great view of like the sky. There's often they keep deer in here. Yeah, there they are. I noticed something. Even with the 4K camera or the 2.7K 4040p that I often record in, you still can't pick out as many details as with your eyes. Like with my eyes, I could see this old man that looked like Obi-Wan Kenobi. I could see his face quite well, but when I checked the video, it was hard to make out his face, if that makes sense. Let's go this way. A couple of years ago, I went up there and on my mountain bike I saw this interesting maiden on a horse with sort of dark hair and seemed like I wanted to talk to her, she wanted to talk to me, but you know, we were both busy in our respective activities. I think she might have been like with her dad or something. Maybe she lives at one of these farms. I haven't seen her since then. You know how it is though, like town girls will go out into the countryside to have horse riding lessons or whatever, so she may not actually be from around here. The rectory. I don't know where I'm going today. Trying to think if I can actually get if I can get to where I want to go this way, maybe. Thanks. he didn't seem too impressed. I think it's the head camera that really puts people off. Really sort of shocks people. But like the same people will just walk around with CCTV cameras everywhere, and they don't even notice the cameras are there. They don't care. But when you like record them with a phone or a oh, we've cut off. Power's cut off. What do you think? Yeah, the reason I haven't got the speed sensor installed is because it doesn't fit. The sensor doesn't reach the magnet. However you attach it on this frame. It worked fine on my previous bike. Oh, it almost threw me off then. You see, it just suddenly kicked. Oh my god. I had it pinned full throttle the whole time, and it just suddenly kicked. So there is a way I can go down there. It's quite a mission though. Doable. I've only done it once. Should I try it? Look at I don't know, let's try it. I know the route now. I should be but it may look different. That's the problem. It may look different to how it did before. But I should know the route. There's a nice trail down there, I never noticed that. But yeah, basically, I wasn't planning to come this way at all, but I was going to go through the woods and just go up Steeple Claydon way, I think. I'm curious about this place though. Trying to go down here again because I've only done it once. I want to do it again. I think it's here. Might be here. I just can't remember. I'm sure it's there, but as I said, it all looks different. I'll look a little bit further. Yeah, it was back there. Do as good of a job for a cheap price, affordable price, because it's held on by a belt, zip ties, basically, like cable ties, thick ones, and a belt, and also the rear shock, the top of the rear shock or something. But my cousin managed to like snap the carrying handle on the bike, so it's not as well held on as it was on the battery. Yeah, I've never really had a big problem off-road, but in theory your front wheel could go down a big hole that you can't see, and you could fly over the handlebars. Lovely acceleration. The guys that mod their BBS HDs and they put like higher power, expensive controllers on them and all this stuff. They basically apparently they just run their bikes in like first gear. See, that's the public right away there. It's not that way though, it's like this way, I think. It's actually not that far once you know where you're going, I imagine. The first time I come here, it felt like such a mission. Ooh. These tyres are like just wide enough that I can do this sort of shit in the summer when it's dry. They're also just narrow enough and smooth enough that I get incredible range. Yeah, this is where the beehives were, I think. Something down there that it's like a TARDIS. What is that? Right, shit, this all looks completely different. I knew it would. there was beehives here, I think. Maybe they're still there, I just can't see them. Fuck, where are they? Or maybe it's further along. These are Swellway Marathon Pro, whatever, puncture-proof tyres. Oh, look how flat that is, I love that. I think that's cool. Look how flat it is. I'm gonna ride along. Right, this might be the field where I have to cut across the field here to get out, but I'm not sure. This might have been where all that long grass was last time. Right, there's that little hut. There's the little hut, the old hut. Just having a look for those beehives. It might be further along, but I think this is where that all long grass was. Maybe I can get all the way around it this time because the long grass is not there. I remember when I first got my mountain bike and had like 2.5 inch tyres on that were more flexy, thinner. They were like Continental X King, and with the 1500 watt hub I was able to just like ride across a field like this, or basically a freshly harvested field of corn, a bit like that but not, and I could just ride across it. It was crazy. I thought that was so cool. Yeah, I would never have imagined doing something like that when I was younger with a push bike. I'm guessing those beehives were where that meadow thing was, but they're not there anymore. Let's check the camera. Ooh. Right, I've got loads of recording space left, it's just that the camera's battery is low. Perhaps I should have bought the other one as well. I guess I don't want the video to be too long. Looks like something's walked along here. People maybe. See a tiny trail. I don't want to fly into that ditch. This should be the way out. And once I get to there, I'm gonna go to Twyford and have a look around because there's some cross-country trails that I haven't gone to that start there. Oh, there is a nice trail I can go to. A nice cross-country trail, much easier than this, that I can go to there. I did it on the mountain bike a few months ago for the first time. Might be able to do it on this as well. Right, then I just have to cross this field and I'll be out onto the road again, near this little fishing lake. How did I do this before? No. I'm going to put the bag down. So I'm going to squeeze along with the bike, lift the front up, just walk it along like this. I was talking to my friend from America about visiting England. I don't think he's ever been. I've been to like Germany, Africa. Oh my god, the trail's gone. The trail cut across there. You may have to go around the edge. It looks really shit though. All those, the exit is near that house. It's alright. I like it in October, Halloweeny time. Oh god, what is the state of this fucking place? Lovely soil. Another huge ditch to potentially fall into. This is supposed to be a public right of way, so they should have kept it accessible. Maybe the path is around that side. I don't know. This is not good because I could get a puncture here as well. This is just, that's a spiky tree. See the thorns on it? Kick it off. Oh shit. Accidental throttle activation. The bike almost went in the ditch. Because I'm used to having the throttle on the right. Move this off the path so other people can get through without. Do you get what I mean? Okay, this is crazy. This is hardcore stuff. Sometimes you have these experiences. Yeah, I just wish I had that. I wish I had that. Hang on, I could switch it over. But then I wouldn't want to. Yeah, there's literally thorns all over the path. Thorny, ow, stick. And my water just fell out. My water just fell on the ground. I didn't realise when the bag was open. Oh, fucking hell. Maybe it's new owners or something. I'll put it into one and I'll just pedal. It's just so rough, the terrain's so rough though that I can't even pedal because I need to keep stopping and starting. I have to go so slowly here. Such shit. It's like it's been cleared or something. It wasn't like this before. This is bullshit. I thought it would be pretty much the same as it was when I came through last time, because it didn't seem like it was being used that much. No, there were crops. See, it's a footpath, it's not a bridleway, so I guess they just expect people to be able to walk straight across the field. Obviously on this thing, that's not possible for me. This is hard work. Yes, look. Have to go further around. Hopefully that's not electrified. I don't think it is. It's just they don't want animals getting in there. Definitely don't want otters getting in there. You just gotta be careful when you're riding past like a barbed wire fence or something. Because if you fall into it, it could slice your neck open. I think there are many people in England that sort of live this sort of lifestyle that I do, or do these sorts of activities. It's not super traditional, but it's closer to traditional manly activities outdoors than what most people are doing. abandoned. I like it. This part looks abandoned. This looks like how this part of the country used to look. It reminds me of 20, 30 years ago. But of course it's not really like that because you've got all these CCTV warning bullshit. This is like nice little pond. There's supposed to be some, I don't know, some sort of mill here. What I'm looking for is the start of a trail that goes towards Twyford. Goes to Twyford. See, there's a bridge. It might be along that way. It might be going the wrong way. I love these older packs, especially if they're there's some sort of old machine up there. Do you see it? So cool. The space food, yeah, it really feels. What's that? CCTV for the purpose of crime prevention and public safety. What sort of crime? Like theft? Maybe, but I like places like that. I like finding or rediscovering places like this that I may have been to a long time ago, but maybe never been here. I just hate how there's CCTV wherever you go. It's bullshit. How you know it's not really the countryside anymore. Those wires are cool. Cool wires. See, there could be guys watching me from that fucking thing over there. There's an office there. Alright, I'm trying to find the entrance to the footpath. I just looked at that sign there and it said basically the footpath you can only get halfway along because of the HS2 has like gone across it. So that's another thing about that stupid fucking railway. Here we are there. This is the back of it. There's a cool thing up there. And then there's like modern looking skylights in the roof, which is really weird. That's what feeds it, obviously. There's the HS2 railway. You can see there's like 4 machines there. So I don't think I'll get far this way. Well, I went down there, had a look, couldn't see the way out. I'm not sure where the way is because I can't. I thought that looked like a gate, but it's not. It's not part of it. I don't know. Maybe that is the way you go. Look, there's a gate there. Look. I'm just confused. Maybe that is where you go. You go round here, go through there, but then they put that on there. Do you think that used to be the footpath?
Yeah, this is cool. I found the way through now. It looks like I can get through on my bike. I think this is the actual footpath here, not over that side. Some dickhead stuck some like modern shit on here. See this? IAE, I think, is something to do with the HS2, but I'm not sure. So this might be the way through. They said you can only get halfway through because of the HS2. They said it's expected to be closed for 36 months. So yeah, I feel more at home in places like this than I do in my town, in my own house or whatever. I wonder if you can fish in there. There's a big drop there that you can easily fall in. This old house is abandoned. I left the bike over there. Yeah, this is like becoming a repeating theme though. I come and I find these places that are the most like forgotten and abandoned places where there's no people. Seem like they'd be really good areas for nature and like on 2 other occasions and this one, you've got the HS2 there, right, cutting right through nearby it or through it. It's not good. That's a really old style cooker. I remember that style. They're like electric rings. That's a sweet pea, I think. Yeah, look at the sweet pea. Man used to grow those at the allotment. Yeah, look at this concrete. I wonder what was it? Was it coal? I think it's coal. That's electric, that could be live. Yeah, the water goes through there really fast. And then also you can look at some old machines. Right, I just sort of stepped over this because they've closed this gate, right? But then I realised you could just like walk around that side 45 minutes or something. And if I try and get across that field there and then have to come all the way back, I'm not going to have enough water left to go to Twyford and then go across the bridleway and then go across the other bridleway and then get back from there. It's like 8 miles back after that, so I am just going to head home, maybe come out again later once I've got more. It's broken glass there. Once I've refilled my water and perhaps charge my battery up a bit more again. So I'm on like, that looks dangerous as well, look at that. Yeah, 54 volts or something. Reminds me of something from like the Porco Rosso film from the Studio Ghibli. Oh look, there's a brush. I think someone used to live there, but it's been abandoned for a long time. That looks like an electric cable. Presumably the electric's cut off. It looks like it's been abandoned for at least 10 years. Very cool. The only other abandoned house I know one up in the field that looks abandoned, but I reckon someone will buy it soon. I reckon someone will move back in. It's hard to tell whether it's abandoned or not. I think it is though, because there's no car there. Then there's another one that on the cycle path along the main road that's like burnt out in a fire. See, the water comes around here, comes around the side, and then that's like the chemicals coming out of that place. I can sense them a little bit. Have a look. I'm going to have a look what's down here first. Yeah, that's like another way the water can go. I don't know why. It has 2 ways to go. Yeah, so we're near the 7 Stars pub. I think I remember going in there with my uncle after we used to go fishing. He's big into his pub. Look, this used to be a path, but it's overgrown. See this? I wonder where that used to go to. There's so many vans here, there must be a lot of people who work here. Still very modern there. Festival hire, like fancy dress hire. Yeah, my uncle owns a shop like that in Essex. It's like in a big metal warehouse on an industrial estate. Been there a few times. My cousin is an actress. She's an actress and a dancer, you know, like every little girl. Now this is quite a dangerous road depending on how much traffic's on it. It's quite busy. Oh, this is one of the old buses. I wonder if we can keep up with that bus. Oh, he's turning off as well. I'm turning left. That whole area in front of me is completely terraformed by HS2. Yeah, used to go to Twyford across this old bridge that is like really narrow and high. They've basically closed it now. I think the train's going under it. I don't think I'll be those buses go quite slow, but I don't think I'll be able to keep up with it. Right, I think this is the first time I've shifted into power mode 2 for the whole trip. I've been in 1 the whole time. Because obviously I haven't got such a good grip and everything. I don't know if the camera's out yet, it must be close. No point in me keep talking if it's already off. Yeah, I think I'll have to do this video into like 2 parts. Something over there, loads of stuff over there, like a festival or something. Maybe that's part of the HS2. Can't really see it properly. Yeah, I think that's the HS2. Look at it, it's massive. Massive car park. You know, people think HS2 is just this small line. There's like a 10-meter wide line train track. It's not. It's fucking huge areas of just been overturned and dug up and made into something else. Yeah, lovely day for cycling. Lovely day. Yeah. Last time I come through this route, this way, well, on a day maybe like this, there was a weekend I think. Saw this young teenage girl sat by the shop in this village, and she reminded me of the sort of girls that used to exist when I was that age. She had a sort of like, she was sort of like looked outdoorsy. She had sort of like pendants and like armbands, and she was just sat by herself and looked like what I remember. We've got one coming out here, Shepherd's Furs. Yeah, so that was nice. Coming this way, or is that another one? Ah, it's a different car. I'm doing what they call ghost pedaling now, you know. Speed. Those signs are really old. Kill your speed. Yeah. From like the 90s. 80s or 90s. Let him pass. This cafe here is really nice. There's a fish and chip shop as well. Very traditional English. British, and the women were very traditional British as well. Dean Cain. That's a nice motorbike. sure I rode a quad bike on some school trip once, where we went to stay at this. It was so good. There was a couple we went to, and one of them, they sent us out at night to like run around in this forest, and we had to like, it was pitch black, and there's a huge woods forest thing. We had to like hide there and not be found or something. It was crazy. It was really fun though. The fountain, that's all of it. Carl's Bakery. You see the shops. The shops here have a real character to them, which is unusual. Because everywhere else is being like corporatized and like it's being taken over or it's closing down. So you do notice those sort of things. Alright, more roadworks. I'm not going over that. I'll go around it. Can't get away from these things recently. It's quite a steep hill here. You get up it. I like that old house. Yeah, it reminds me of like the sort of place my nan would live. So this hill is a bit of a test for your brakes. I'm just down to 1. Yeah, this bike is a joy to ride at the moment. Yeah. Uh-oh. That young girl looked like she was trying to be an idol, like a Japanese idol, like the girl in Death Note. Yeah, she was dressed up exactly like that fucking cell phone tower. You see that? Look at that radio tower. Is that new? I don't know. That pub looks like it might have closed down, I don't know. It's missing its sign. I've got another asshole coming up behind me. So you're going to pull out into the road unexpectedly? No. I thought it was a baby, it was a cement mixer. Shit. Too much traffic. Villages aren't supposed to have this much traffic if you can't tell. Pull into the road. As I said, this road's quite busy because of all the new build housing. How many signs you want? Fucking 10 signs. This is bullshit. It's fucking everywhere. It's all over my town as well. It's all over Winslow. No, oh, there's a 5G tower. A fucking 5G vibrating bead. Have some fucking 5G up your ass in your village. You can move to your village, but you're not going to escape the 5G radiation exposure. Did you think you were? Watch your fucking rings of power on your smartphone. Oh no, the damn rings! And People wonder why the cancer rates are increasing. Hey up, hold up, we've got a fucking bridge here, mate. Idiot. Everyone's in such a hurry in the modern world. Yeah, learn where the edge of the road is. Right, you driving right in the middle, right on the line, you know, right round the corner that you couldn't see around. Both of those were probably women driving. Thank you, Bafang. We just got the fuck out. Noddy town. I wonder if the school kids are out of school yet or not. Or if it's too early or too late. Maybe too late. I'm not sure. Some black people. See 2 black people. Don't think they're together. See what I mean about the spacing of the cars? I'm guessing it's going to be quite difficult to cross the road with this many, unless someone presses the button. These are too close to the road. There's a girl. It's like they've started a job and they've left it half finished here. I don't know. This has been here for like a week or more. Alright, don't cut out. Thank you. No, it's a man. I think it might be after 3. It might be like 4 actually. There was a girl that I didn't really fancy. Couldn't tell if she was a A-level student or a university student. Even down there they've got all that Rolex stuff. That thing's usually on when it's like school leaving time, because you have a lollipop lady like blocks the traffic and lets the children go across. I guess that could mean it's just before school leaving time. I don't know. Trying to guess by the sun. The sun's quite high still, so it gets dark about 7:30 now, so if it was 4 o'clock I'd expect the sun to be a little bit lower, but it feels like it's 4 o'clock in terms of temperature and how strong the sunlight is. I just can't see anyone around. If there's no one around, that means it's probably well after 4. Like getting on for 5, some people. I think he's Indian.
If it's more like 3 o'clock, this area will be like packed full of people. I don't think I can get through here. See, this here will be packed full of people, which it is. So it must be like closer to 3 o'clock. I guess it's about 10 past 3 or something. Yeah, you've got all the Facebook mums waiting for their children. Yeah, it's not time yet for. That's why no one's around. It's not late enough in the day yet for. Yeah, I thought there'd be like tons of people about. She wasn't bad looking, like body wise. Not really my type, but something to look at, isn't it? I'll just run around town once more and then head back with it. Should be quite quiet. We'll just mostly be old people and people that are new to town, I guess, walking along here. As in they came in the past 5 to 8 years, people like that sort of people. Yeah, I haven't been fishing at all this year. I've seen like one person fishing maybe. It's really dead for fishing. It used to be quite popular. As recently as like 2016, 2017. Yeah, I'm enjoying the ride today. I think I do prefer the thumb throttle, even though you do lose a bit of your grip because you haven't got your thumb on that thing. You do lose a bit of your grip. Way too high a gear here for this. Starting to feel the power of the bike is kind of dropping now as the voltage drops down. Nearly down to 52 now. Yeah, 52.2. Probably more efficient, but the bike is probably more efficient when you control the throttle. When you control as precisely as I have been able to. That go really. couldn't see her that well. I just saw the shape of her body, her height and what she was wearing. Should we just walk this way and turn around, or should we walk towards the stuff? Or should we walk around from that way? I've never seen the lights flash like that. Do they usually flash like that? Look at that, see that? Why is it flashing? Weird. Through pressing the button. Quite quiet up there though.